All right, now Feng Shui for the study. First of all, you guys can probably see I have this really cute little garden, which is accessible from the living room and from the study. So let's check it out. And I have my little cats. 要不要拍一下 Sushi? Sushi! Hey Sushi! How are you, Sushi? Hey! Okay, so Sushi is a garden cat, and cats are a sign of prosperity in Chinese Feng Shui. So they're called, in fact, you've probably seen those little stores that have these little cats that do this in the entrance, and they're called 招财猫. 招财 means attracting money, and Mao means cat. This is my little 招财猫. In fact, I have two of them. One is called Tigger, and that was my neighbor's cat gave birth to these little kittens in my garden. One of them was Tigger, and then the litter after her little brother is Sushi, and I call Sushi Sushi because he likes to roll up inside Tigger. I don't know where Tigger is now, but at least Sushi's here, so these are my money cats. They bring me good money. And so over here, you know, I have a good size little garden. It's about, like 600 square feet or so. Oh, and I bought this for my money cats. This I bought on Taobao for like 60, 70 US dollars. I mean, it's a little house. They have an indoor, you know, they have here and they have a rooftop. So my money cats are happy. And so that's why, you know, if you ever come across cats, it's always, Chinese people always like to feed cats. I mean, there are so many unwanted cats around Shanghai and I'm sure other places that I actually had mine neutered and stayed so they don't keep continuing to procreate. But, you know, they're very happy here and they give me so much joy, and every time I think of them, I think, you guys better bring me money. So now is my study. My office is actually 300 meters away from my house, so I'm really lucky. I have a 4-minute commute by walk to work. But when I am at home, I spend most of my time in this room. Now, one little thing about this room, I mean, so it's, first of all, it's amazing because I get all of the morning sunlight because this is facing east, and it's really an enclave. So in Chinese, we say 闹中取静 is really the ideal kind of home. 闹 is busy, 中 is in the middle, 取静 means, you know, being quiet. So to have a little hidden oasis in the middle of a really busy metropolis, that is actually the best feng shui for a home. It's not really living far out where there's no 人气, which means, you know, because the farther out you go in a suburb, then there's like less people, so there's less people energy. And the point is you want a lot of energy, you want a lot of people. 闹中取静, and that's really what this is. I mean, I'm in the heart of Shanghai, bustling city, in the French concession, former French concession, which is the place to be right now. But when you walk down my lane, and in a minute I'll show you guys a little bit of my lane, this is literally like an oasis and it's so peaceful and quiet. So one little thing about my study is that usually you want rooms to be enclosed, right? So they have doors so your energy, your energy doesn't escape. Well, let me show you this. My study opens out onto my bedroom, which there is a door, so we can close that up. Close that up for camera now. But there's also, you know, this, and then actually this is kind of like, it's not an enclosed room. So my study's not enclosed, which does mean that, you know, some energy, some qi can leak out of here. So actually there was a year's worth of time where I, according to one feng shui master's advice, I actually put a board here and I would move the board every time I went in and out, but it was just way too annoying. I was like, whatever. So over here anyway, this is a really nice space. And again, I have, you know, my antique table that I bought off of auction in Paris, which yes, I had it cleansed. Red is actually good for me. So, you know, red, purple is good for me. And so that's why you'll see even my desk has, you know, a red undertaking. And then I like to match gray with red. So I think the two go very well together. So this is just kind of like a little home design aspect. And yes, it is a little bit messy. So another important thing is that when you sit, whether at a dining table or whether at your study table, you should always have your back to the wall. And because that means it's like 靠山, so you want to have a mountain behind you that's safe and secures you. Because if, you know, if a lot of people would maybe sit this way and then you have your back to the door, which causes a sense of insecurity, you know, whether this door or that door, because it causes a sense of insecurity because you don't know who, you can't see who can come into the room and you don't know what's going on. You're facing a wall. So that's why you always want to have, you know, sitting like this, And so this way I have my back against this and I'm looking out and I can see everything. I can see both doors. Now, let me show you another little secret. This is actually, yes, it's very messy. It's like a messy, this is actually a window, but it's really awful because you can see like the aircon ventilators and other stuff there. So you definitely want to close that up, which is why I put this down here. And because you don't want to have your back against a window either. That also creates a sense of insecurity. And oh, this is really fun. Oh yeah, oh by the way, you want to have books, right? Books are good feng shui. Wine bottles are good feng shui. We'll get to that when we go to the dining room. And cigars are good feng shui because they're a sign of like expensive products are good feng shui basically. So this is really fun. This is called a hulu. And this was a gift from a very dear friend of mine, actually from a student. It's to bring me good business luck. Okay, so this is red. Red in feng shui, we believe, you know, wards off spirits and attracts good energy. And this hulu, this shape is a sign of prosperity as well. Kind of like a woman's body. If she's curvy, she's fertile. Same thing for Chinese. So over here I have an artwork by Tian Jiahua, who is a female artist. She's based in Hangzhou. I just love her work. I mean, this is really moody. So this is blue, which is, you know, blue and black are basically the equivalent of water elements. So, you know, I did think twice about hanging it here because you don't want to necessarily pour water on your business. You want to bring fire to it. But since, you know, I have red and, you know, some blue, it's okay, they balance each other out. But I love Tian Jiahua's paintings because she feels that the pace of life is too quick right now. She wants us to slow down through her artwork. So you'll see this little, almost like a lightning bolt, and we can come up close and take a look at it. It's like a lightning bolt. And she wishes that through her artwork that you're caught in this 2D kind of, you know, you're caught between two realms and you slow down, which really, when I look at it, it really makes me calm and slow down. Oh, and of course, here is my Harvard Business School degree, which has slid down somehow. And actually the other day, a friend of mine said, "Is that artwork?" I was like, no, it actually just slid down and I have yet to fix it. Oh, I want to share this little thing. My housekeeper in Beijing gave it to me. My housekeeper was with me for 7-8 years, from 2012 to 2019 in Beijing, until I fully moved over to Shanghai. And so, you know, this says 出入平安. 出 is out, 入 is enter. So, you know, in and out. 平安 means peace. And again, you can see it's red and gold, which are very auspicious colors. And so the idea is you hang it on a door. So I decided to hang it on my bedroom door. 3 tips for the study room. Tip 1, declutter, declutter, declutter. Tidy desk, tidy mind. Number 2, do not sit with your back facing the door because that will give you a sense of insecurity and uneasiness. You want to be in that commanding position where you can see the door from where you're sitting. Tip 3, the shape of your study desk should be square or rectangular. That's right. This is the one situation where Feng Shui recommends you to have sharp corners. And the reason for this is 谈生意的时候我一定要方桌. So when you're discussing business, when you're doing work, you need to have a square, straight table. If it's social, right, chit chat, blah, 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 relaxing, then you can have your round table or rounded corners. And actually, I adhere this to my business meetings too. Whenever I meet somebody and I know we're gonna be talking business, I'll never have it at a low table in a living room area. I'll always move it to the dining area or with, you know, square table, rectangular table to discuss business and get work done. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week who have tips and tricks that I think will help all of us lead a better life.